Hello Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Taurus, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with that being said, Taurus, let's get started. How does Taurus currently view this relationship? All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on. So we do have the Seven of Pentacles, interesting. We do have the Queen of Swords, but it came on the reverse, and to be honest, it feels right to take in the reverse. And then we also have the Lovers. I feel like you're switching up on someone. I just don't know why. And it's something that I would like to kind of look into, because it looks like you go from giving this person, your relationship with this person, your all, to giving them absolutely nothing. I guess it's like the epitome, right? Of like you retracting your energy and just pulling a complete 180 on this person, your relationship with them. Kind of curious as to why that is. I'm pretty sure once we look into how you feel, it's going to reveal why we're seeing this 180 coming from you. So let's look at this person and see how they're currently viewing this relationship with you, and then we'll jump back over to you, Taurus. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. All right, so we do have the Nine of Swords. We do have the Seven of Swords. And then we also have the Four of Cups out here. You could be dealing with a Gemini, possibly an Aquarius, maybe even a Cancer. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. But in regards to how this person is currently viewing this relationship with you, it just kind of looks like things continue to get worse within this dynamic here between the two of you. Like they're not perceiving this dynamic that they share with you as anything that's essentially improving and or getting better. Is basically what I'm gathering so far off of this person, you know, in their energy. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Tower, so that's kind of telling me that things between the two of you as of, you know, lately just hasn't unfortunately been the best. There's something about there's something about this person having to deal with like the same thing over and over again from you. With the Seven of Swords coming out here, I don't know if this is somebody that, you know, you would say that you trust entirely, but if this is somebody that you don't really trust entirely, you know, this person, you know, might feel like they have to essentially deal with, like, you know, you and your trust issues over and over and over again, where you constantly find yourself thinking the worst. I guess when it comes down to this person, you constantly find yourself thinking that they're doing X, Y, and Z, you know, behind your back, things of that nature. But I am definitely getting that could be like one of the issues that you guys find yourselves kind of going through within your dynamic with one another. But, you know, I am definitely getting that this person does feel like this relationship between the two of you, it's just getting worse, and they don't know what the hell to do about it. You know, it's like they're looking at the situation like if it's not one thing, it's another. You know, if Taurus isn't thinking the worst of me, then this is happening, and if that's not happening, then that's happening. If that's not happening, then this is happening. Like, okay, how does Taurus currently feel? Okay. Oh, okay. So we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, and then we also have the Nine of Pentacles out here. At the bottom of the deck, there goes that Tower again. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the both of you feel like this dynamic between the two of you is just continuing to essentially get worse, not better. And instead of you, right, prioritizing them and your relationship with them, it kind of looks like you're going to be prioritizing yourself. Instead of you putting them first, you're going to be putting yourself first. Instead of you dumping so much time and energy towards them and your relationship with them, you're going to be, you know, dumping more time and energy towards yourself, is basically what I'm gathering. Now, I don't see you severing ties with this person or anything like that. I still see you choosing to keep this person in your life. You're just not going to prioritize them anymore. You're just not going to hyper focus on them anymore. You're just not going to continue to put this person before you anymore. You're just not going to do that anymore. And it's because you don't see things improving in the ways you want things to essentially improve between the two of you. So because you don't really see things improving in the ways that you want it to essentially improve between you and this person, you know, your whole MO is, well, what's the point of me doing this? What's the point of me doing that if they're not going to change? If they're not going to do this, if they're not going to do that, what's the point of me doing it? Okay, so that's kind of why the whole 180 is transpiring within you. But how does this person, come on, how does this person currently feel? Oof. We have the Page of Swords, we got the Five of Swords, and then we also have the High Priestess out here. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. This is going to sound extremely childish because it is, but I'm going to say it either which way. Okay. With the Page of Swords to the Five of Swords coming out here, let's just focus on the Five of Swords really quickly here. I feel like this person is noticing a significant change within your energy, and personally, they don't like it. So if you went from prioritizing them to not prioritizing them, they don't like it. If you went from putting them first to if you went from putting them first and putting yourself last, you know, that's something that this person is accustomed to. That's something that this person is used to. The fact that you're deciding to put yourself first and put them last, yeah, in their eyes, that's a problem. That's basically a problem. So this drastic shift within you, they do not like it. They personally don't like it. And it causes this person to feel like you don't really care about them or, you know, your relationship with them. But here's where the childish part comes into play. I do feel like this person is secretly going to do something to provoke some type of reaction out of you, but it's stemming from a place of them wanting to essentially see if you're still invested or if you even still freaking care at this point, okay? Which is something that I am definitely getting this person has done to you in the past, where they would do something to try to test you, to see if you still love them, to see if you still care about them, to see, you know, if you're still invested, things of that nature. And that's exactly what I see this person doing. So they're going to do something that they know should, you know, spark a reaction out of you because it has in the past. Now, if you react, then that's going to tell this person you're still invested. If you don't react, then that's going to tell this person, you know, that they're losing you and you don't really care, you know, anymore like you used to, things of that nature. So I do see this person definitely testing you very, very soon. They secretly plan on testing you very, very soon. All right, what actions? See, here's the thing. When this person does test you to see if you still love them, to see if you still care about them, I don't really see them getting the reaction that they were hoping for. However, whatever it is that they do plan on doing that they know should piss you off, right? Should piss you off. Well, when it, again, not that it's not going to piss you off. I just don't think that you're going to react like you normally would. You know what I mean? Like if this person were to do something that you don't necessarily like, you would be the type of person to probably say something to this person. Do I see you saying anything to this person? No, I don't see you saying anything to this person. But their actions and their behavior alone is furthermore confirming to you that this is why you need to stop putting them first. This is why you need to start putting yourself first. And this is why you need to continue to remain on the path that you're currently on. Now, I don't necessarily feel like this person is secretly testing you to get a rise out of you, to create this within you, but it is creating this within you. This being, you know, the energy of you continuing to remain on the path that you're currently on and continue to do what you got to do to get yourself out of this, you know, marriage and a relationship that you currently find yourself in. Now, I don't feel like this was their intentions, of course. I don't feel like this was their intentions whatsoever to cause you to fall into this energy even more than you already were. But that's exactly what's happening here. You know, the whole point of them doing all of this was to see if you still did love them and care, you know, about them. And I think that they're going to quickly see for themselves that they're not going to get the reaction that they normally would essentially get from you. But little do they know, all it's really doing is causing you to feel like this is somebody that you should really walk away from. This is somebody that, you know, you shouldn't actually continue to deal with. And it's also going to furthermore confirm to you that this path that you're currently on of not prioritizing them and hyper focusing on them and putting them first is the path that you need to continue to remain on. I just don't feel like that was their intentions, okay? is basically what I'm gathering. It wasn't their intentions. Okay, so we have the Fool, we have the Star, and then we also have the King of Swords out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Death card, and then we also have the Five of Pentacles, okay? Then we have the Ace of Wands, so the Sun, and then we also have the Moon. Because this person's not going to get the reaction that they were hoping to essentially get from you, it's just causing this person to question, you know, if you even still want this at this point. And what's really confusing them is this. The part of them that feels like you still want this has a lot to do with you still physically being with this person, right? You're still physically here with this person in this marriage and a relationship. Physically, you're still here. But the thing is that they feel like mentally and emotionally, you're somewhere else. You know what I mean? Yeah, mentally and emotionally, you're definitely somewhere else. But nonetheless, it's causing them to question, like, okay, like, do they really want me? Do they really want this? Because I didn't really get the reaction I was looking for. So I don't know, like, do they really want this or do they not? I mean, because physically they're still here, but I just feel like mentally and emotionally they're somewhere else. And it's like, it's become a burning freaking question in this person's mind. Do you still want this? Yes or no? And it kind of looks like the more they keep this up, right? You know, in other words, the more they give you reasons to not want to continue to be a part of this marriage and a relationship that the two of you share with one another, the more you're going to continue to fall into this energy of doing what you have to do to remove yourself from this entire situation that you currently find yourself in. They just don't know that. That's the thing. They just don't know that. They don't know that their actions and their behavior is just simply pushing you away, but that's exactly what's happening. It wasn't their intentions to push you away, but that's just basically what's happening, is that their actions and their behavior are just pushing you away. If this person wanted to see if you still loved them, cared about them, wanted this marriage and a relationship, they could have went about it another way, but instead they chose to be childish, provoke some type of reaction out of you that they definitely didn't get in the end from the looks of it. And now they find themselves questioning, oh my God, like, but what does this mean? What does this mean? Because they didn't react. So what does this mean? Like, what does this mean? Like, do they still love me or do they not love me? Do they care or do they not care? Like, what the hell's going on? I just kind of feel like all this person truly does is essentially push you away. And it's crazy because I could tell that they don't want to lose you. Yeah, I could tell this person doesn't want to lose you, but their actions and their behavior might be the reason why they do end up losing you in the end. They just haven't, it just hasn't hit them just yet, is basically what I'm getting. It just hasn't hit them just yet. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.